Hello my dear students, in today's class we are going to study the topic quantum numbers. So before starting with quantum numbers, let's revise the portion which we have studied already. So we know that de Broglie's equation, we know Heisenberg's uncertainty equation. De Broglie's equation says that matter behave like a particle as well as wave. Heisenberg's uncertainty principle says that the exact position of momentum of a microscopic particle cannot be measured accurately. So after then, some scientist has raised a question, then how to calculate or how to see or how to find out the position of an electron. And at that time, scientist E. Schrödinger has come forward and he has given its atomic model, and that atomic model is known as quantum mechanical model of an atom. And student, in physics you are studying quantum mechanics. In that one only he has given the quantum mechanical model of an atom. So according to its model, electron movement is like a three-directional, through x-axis, through y-axis and through z-axis. So Schrödinger in its atomic model given that the electron can move in a three-directional, I'll say that, and then E. Schrödinger has developed one equation, and that equation is known as Schrödinger equation. That equation is known as Schrödinger equation. Although this portion is not in your class NCERT syllabus, it is there in NCERT book but not included in CBSE syllabus. But for studying quantum numbers we should know. So what he did, he has given one atomic model and he has given many theories related to that, and after that he derived one equation, and that equation is known as Schrödinger equation. Okay student, it seems to be very difficult equation in class 11th as well as in class 12th also. Derivation of equation is not there. This is actually we are studying in our graduation and post graduation level. Okay, so this is the equation. Need not to by heart it, need not to solve it, but let me tell you related to few things related to this equation. Now this is known as psi. This sign, it's just like a trishul, and this sign known as psi. Okay, P is silent in this. So this is the psi he has derived, and student, I hope in class 11th you have studied about integration. Okay, so there in that way only we can derive this formula. So he has taken the position through the x-axis, y-axis, z-axis. Here pi value you know very well. H stands for Planck's constant, M stands for mass of electron, here E stands for total energy of that electron, and V stands for potential energy of that electron. So he has put all the values and calculated this equation, and when this equation has been solved, Schrödinger got three constant value. What he got, keep in mind, he got three constant value. He got three constant value. I'll write it here as a three constant values of psi. He got three constant value of psi, and these constant values of psi is known as quantum numbers. So from where we are studying this is actually from where. So that's why, although it is not of class 11th important, but I told you to understand the from where we get these quantum numbers, or in the discovery of electron, proton and the structure of atom, from where we are studying this as a quantum number. So quantum numbers values, these quantum numbers from where he get, or we are studying these, actually quantum number values are been derived from Schrödinger equation, Schrödinger wave equation also we can say. So I hope student you understood the basic concept of quantum number. Now let's start with the topic quantum number. Student, as we know that quantum numbers, so when we have solved Schrödinger equation, we got three constant values, and these constant values are considered as a quantum number. But quantum numbers, there are not only three quantum numbers, there are four quantum numbers. What are these? That I will be telling. So out of those four quantum numbers, 3 quantum numbers value has been derived from Schrodinger wave equation. Now let's start with the quantum number. Okay, actually what are the quantum numbers? Let me tell you that. If someone will ask my address, so how will be what will be my postal address? My postal address would be my house number, my area in which I do reside, then city, that area is coming in which city, and at the same time that city is coming in which state. This is my postal address. So in easy language we will keep in mind that quantum numbers are what? Actually quantum numbers are postal address of an electron. Okay, so quantum number is what? Quantum number is actually a postal address of an electron. So let's start with the concept of quantum number. So here we have 4 quantum numbers. So here we have 4 quantum number. First quantum number is principal quantum number. Principal quantum number. Second one is azimuthal quantum number, and third one is magnetic quantum number, and fourth is spin quantum number. So let's see the definition of quantum numbers. And student, please keep in mind this can be a conceptual based MCQ type of question. So in this one what can we say that this is principal, azimuthal and magnetic quantum number. All the 3 quantum numbers are actually derived from Schrodinger wave equation. These are derived from Schrodinger wave equation. I'll write it Schrodinger wave equation, and this is a very important concept. And the fourth one has not been derived through Schrodinger wave equation. Now let's write down the definition of quantum numbers. So quantum numbers definition I can write it as quantum numbers are those numbers, or quantum numbers are the set of 4 quantum numbers, are the set of 4 quantum numbers which gives information, complete information about electron. And complete information, it means they are telling us about the size. Second one is shape. So they are telling size, shape, orientation, and last one is spin. Size, shape, orientation and spin. So this set of 4 numbers are known as quantum numbers. I hope students you all are understanding, and one by one we are going to study each topic of it. And let's start with first, and that one is principal quantum numbers. Okay, now let's start with first quantum number, and that one is principal quantum number. So what is principal quantum number? What information about the electron principal quantum number is given? So few points here I am writing. The first point is principal quantum number is giving us information about the energy of that electron, and this quantum number has been derived by or has been given by Bohr's model of an atom. In this quantum number actually we are calculating the value of n. N, as we know that if electron present in first shell, then value of n would be 1. If the electron is present in second shell, so the value of that particular azimuthal quantum principal quantum number would be 2. So this quantum number tell us about the energy of that particular electron. And how I'll say that energy? Because the energy or the electron which are present in that particular energy level, they are having their stationary state. It means their energy is same. So principal quantum number give us the information related to. So first concept is related to the energy and the shell in which it belongs. And how to calculate the value of principal quantum number? By observing that if we have K, L, M and N shell, so we know that the value of N would be, for K shell the value of N would be 1, for L shell the value of N would be 2, for M shell the value of N would be 3, and for N shell the value of N would be 4. So in this way we can calculate the value of principal quantum number. And what we have studied? We studied that we should know by this quantum number we are discussing about energy and the shell in which that particular electron is present. That we are studying through this principal quantum number. And as we know, student, if I want to calculate the number of electrons present in that particular shell, so how we are calculating? We are calculating number of electrons present in that shell. We can calculate it by 2n square formula. Okay, so this is your first quantum number and that one is principal quantum. Okay, so let's start with second one, and that one is azimuthal quantum number. Azimuthal quantum numbers are having two more names also. Azimuthal quantum number is also known as subsidiary quantum number, or it is also known as angular quantum numbers. Angular quantum numbers. Okay, now let's start with azimuthal quantum number. As we know that principal quantum number, that is they are giving the information us that how the electrons are present or in which shell electrons are present. Now this azimuthal quantum number is giving us the information related to subshells. How many subshells are there in that particular shell? This information is given by azimuthal quantum number. At the same time, azimuthal quantum number is also tell us the information about the shape of that particular subshell. Now, how many subshells are there? Let's calculate. Before starting with subshells, the azimuthal quantum number is denoted by the letter small l. Azimuthal quantum number is denoted by the letter small l. Now how these are related with the small l, let me explain you that. Now the value of L depend upon principal quantum number. The value of L is depend upon principal quantum number. How it is depend upon the principal quantum number? That is n is equal, if n is equal to 1, then value of L, it becomes 0. It means, what does it mean? It means the value of L, how we are going to calculate the value of L? Value of L is equal to n minus 1. Value of L is equal to n minus 1, or here we can make it as to make it more clear, 0 to 1 n minus 1. Now let me calculate the values of few more shells. For example, n is equal to 2, then value of L starting from 0, so it becomes 0 and 1. Next one, if the value of n is equal to 3, then value of L is equal to 0, 1 and then 2. In this way, we are calculating the value of azimuthal quantum number, that is 0 to n minus 1. If n is equal to 4, then value of L becomes 0, 1, 2 and 3. And on the basis of these values, these subshells are created, and those subshells are designed as S, P, D and F. These are the names of those subshells. And students, this is the reason that in class 10th we studied the classification of elements periodic table, and in class 10th only we are studying that there are some S block element, P block element, D block and F block. What does it mean? It means that their electrons are, last electrons are there in these subshells, and these subshells are S, P, D and F. Now from where this word has been derived, or this word they have taken from these 4 words. So S stands for sharp, P stands for principal, D stands for diffused and F stands for fundamental. Actually the full form of this one is not required, but still we should know, that is sharp, principal, diffused and fundamental. So all these names are derived from this, these names, all these abbreviations are derived from this one. So these are the subshells of which we can get it from azimuthal quantum. Let's discuss few more concepts related to azimuthal quantum number. So student, value of S, here I will say that if we have value of L is equal to 0, value of L is equal to 1, value of L is equal to 2, value of L is equal to 3, then for S we will say that there is a S subshell. For 0 we can say that there is S subshell. For 1 we will say that here it is a P subshell, and next one for L we will say that here we will say that D subshell, and for value 3 is it, we will say that it is having F subshell. So student, in this way we can calculate the value of subshells. Now let me, with the help of one table, I'll explain you that how we are going to calculate the azimuthal quantum number. Okay, so here I am making one table, and in this table I will be writing here as, first of all I'll be writing the value of N. Okay, then I will be writing the value of L. Okay students, are you understanding what I want to explain? Okay, and then next one, here I will be writing the name of subshell. That will be the name of subshell, and here in last one, let me tell you that how many subshells are there. That one is number of subshells. Okay, now if the value of N is, if the value of N is 1, if the value of N is 1, value of N is 2 and value of N is 3. Okay, at the same time we will calculate for value of N. So first shell, second shell, third shell, fourth shell. So in first shell, what is the formula for calculating L? L is equal to 0 to N minus 1. So I can calculate other value also. So 1 is equal to, what is the value? It is 0 only, because N minus 1 is also 0. So it is 0. For 2, what's the value? It will be 0 and 1. For 3, it will be 0, 1 and 2. For 4, it is 0, 1, 2 and 3. So what does it mean? As the value is 0, that's why first shell is having 1, that is 1s as a subshell. इसका मतलब क्या हुआ है कि जब आपकी इसमें 0 वैल्यू आती है तो उसको क्या कहा जाता है? S सबशेल भी कहा जा सकता है. अब यहाँ पर देखो, यहाँ पर कितनी वैल्यूज आई? L की 2 वैल्यूज आई, तो 0 के साथ में अभी मैंने इसके पहले बताया था, तो ये किससे होगा? 2s एंड 2p. P क्यों आया? क्योंकि L की वैल्यू 1 है. यहाँ पर देखो, यहाँ पर कैसे आएगा? ये 3s 3p और यहाँ पर क्या हो जाएगा? 3d. Then similarly we can calculate it for 4 also. So 4s 4p 4d and 4f. So we can say that in the first shell, how many number of subshells are there? Only 1. For second shell, how many subshells are there? 2. देखो यहाँ पर हम देख सकते हैं आराम से 2 subshells है. And for 3 we can say that there are 3 subshells. And for fourth, 1, 2, 3, 4. So 4 subshells are present in the fourth shell. Student, I hope you are understanding this. Or you can write it in this way, or simply you can write it as a 1, 2, 3 and 4. Okay, so I am erasing this to so that you will not get confused. So student, I hope you are understanding what I am explaining. So students, see that this azimuthal quantum number is also known as angular quantum number. So why it is known as angular quantum number? Because this quantum number is used to calculate angular momentum of an electron. And how to calculate? The formula for calculating angular momentum is under root L in bracket L plus 1 and h upon 2 pi. Like if I want to calculate for S subshell, so f value of S for L is equal to 0. I put the value of all the formula L and all, and I got this answer. So similarly for P subshell also I put the value and I got this answer. So in this way you can calculate angular momentum of that particular electron as well, and that's why it is known as azimuthal quantum number. So students, I hope you all understood today's topic. 2 more quantum numbers are left, and those quantum numbers we are going to study in the next class. Thank you students, and have a good day ahead.